Chapter 31. Middle. Now we are in the middle of many things, solving those extremely difficult riddles, trying to save Mom, and protecting your return. I actually kind of need a break at this point from all of the stress. Friday, the school weekend, and the first thing I did when I entered Robbinsog was lay in my bed. I said in the air. A minute later, Dr. Morcassius came in. Apparently he was in the restroom when I entered. "Want to go to the hot tub?" Dr. Morcassius asked. "I would. I just need my energy first," I answered. Stressful day? Yep. Why? Why, if you don't mind me asking? Not because it's school. Well, yeah, school, but that combined before this, is a little bit much for me. Just then George entered. "Do you want to go to the hot tub?" Dr. Morcassius asked George. Sure, answered George. Okay, let's change over and then let's chill in the hot tub, said Dr. Morcassius. Remember to leave a note for Mom, I said. Or Dad, just whoever gets here first, said Dr. Morcassius. It wasn't even 5 minutes after that when we were sitting in the hot tub on the 20th floor. It looks like we are in the beautiful sunset over the Chicago suburbs tonight, said Dr. Morcassius, as he was taking a sip of his root beer and enjoying a root beer candy cigar at the same time as we were sitting ourselves down in the hot tub. Yep, it looks like that to me too, I said to Dr. Morcassius. That gets me excited. I like sunsets. There was a pause as we all breathed a sigh of relief because of how heavy we were relaxing. I know we have probably said this already, but I want to apologize if George and I made this week more stressful for you because of what happened between us and Aunt Heather and Catherine, I said to Dr. Morcassius. Apology accepted, because it beats us going to the asylum, said Dr. Morcassius. I agree, said George. Can I ask you two a question? Out of curiosity, because of Dr. Morcassius bringing up the word suburb earlier? I asked. Sure, answered Dr. Morcassius. Since you said you two, I am guessing, since you said you two, I'm going to answer yes too, answered George. How do you feel about living in downtown Chicago and being in this situation at the same time? I asked. What do you mean? George asked. Sam, we live in Robbinsog, not downtown Chicago, Dr. Morcassius corrected. How do you feel about living in downtown Chicago and being in this situation at the same time? I asked, corrected. Now this is my turn to ask, what do you mean? Dr. Morcassius asked. I mean, do you feel living here makes the situation worse or better no matter what reason? I answered and asked at the same time. It makes it better for sure. Sure, living here inside the loop makes travel time to places shorter because we're right in the center of it all. And there is so much luxury with living here in downtown Chicago, answered George. I agree with George for the most part. I say for the most part because it can take a while for Mom to get to a hospital from here, and answered Dr. Morcassius. Okay, I was just wondering. Why? Answered Dr. Morcassius. Because I don't know what suburbia life is, I answered. You used the wrong word, said Dr. Morcassius. Really, what? You said I don't know what suburbia life is like, Dr. Morcassius corrected. Oops, sorry. I get into the habit of doing that a lot from my dad, Dr. Morcassius said. I have noticed, I said. Good, said Dr. Morcassius. Why good? I asked. Well, Well, you know how Dad is strict on us sometimes because he talks to us like that sometimes? Dr. Morcassius asked. Yes, I answered. Well, I'm trying to be more strict like that due to the strictness of what is going on in our lives right now, said Dr. Morcassius. Fine, but I just need a break for this weekend, I said. That's fine, so do I, said Dr. Morcassius back. We should probably get to working on those riddles as soon as possible, though, said George. After this weekend, right now I just need time to relax because it's been a stressful week because of what you did, Dr. Morcassius said. At least the bright side is we have nothing to worry about other than these riddles right now, I said. Shh, said Dr. Morcassius. What are you shushing me for? I asked. Don't jinx this, said Dr. Morcassius. Well, since I believe in God, I must abide by that. Dr. Morcassius then stuck out his hand for me to give him a high five, which I did. By now the sun was setting, and about 3 minutes later it was black outside. I think it's time we head back into Robbinsog, I said. I agree, it's been 20 minutes, said George. Yep, my muscles are looser now, said Dr. Morcassius. Our mom was sitting at the table in the living room waiting for us when we got back in. How was your time in the pool? Our mom asked. Either way, we were in the hot tub, I corrected. Either way, how was your time? Our mom asked. Pretty good, Dr. Morcassius said. I'm glad to hear, our mom said. Where is Dad? I asked. He called a few minutes ago, saying his orange line was between Roosevelt and Harold Washington Library State of Van Buren, but he was experiencing a delay, and he is stuck on the tracks for five minutes, said our mom. Just then, the door to Robbinsog opened again. Good evening, my beautiful family, my dad said as he walked in through the door to Robbinsog. Dad, let me change over. I just got back from the hot tub, I said when he entered. Okay, said my dad. I then changed into my normal clothes with my brothers, and then I went out to talk with the rest of my family. So, what are we doing for dinner? We're going to take you out to the Italian Village restaurant on Monroe Street, said my dad. I've never been there before. But what do Dr. Morcassius was saying in the room before he was interrupted? Chicken piccata! Jumped my mom. I love you, said Dr. Morcassius. Since here's Monroe Street, which is just one stop up the red line, with it not being cold, we figured we would just walk it. Is that okay with you, Marcus? My dad asked. Are you asking me specifically because of my religion and the color red? Dr. Morcassius asked. Yep, my dad answered. It's fine. I am on that line a lot now to visit Hannah, Dr. Morcassius answered. But let's go, said my mom. We then put our cloaks on and left Robbinsog to head to the elevator. What's the occasion? Dr. Morcassius asked, while we were waiting. Marcus, we always take you and your brothers, into the United States for dinner during the weekend, our mom said. You just tend to do it on Saturdays or Sundays after worship, said Dr. Morcassius. He just wants to know why you're doing this on a Friday, said George. Or if you feel like we deserve it because of what happened between us and your sisters, I added. That's in the past, let go, said our mom. So wouldn't you rather do this than be in an asylum? Or Dad asked. Dad, please don't make jokes like that, I said. I said that honestly because, well, I heard because, well, I heard or said, I forget, a joke like that earlier today in the hot tub. And it freaks me out when I hear it from my dad, mostly because I'm a little bit afraid of him right now, despite him being so nice. It is just from all of us, from all the bullshit going on. Honesty is no joke. Period. End of discussion, said our dad to me back. I didn't respond because the elevator was here and we boarded it and rode it down to the ground and left the building. After we left the building, it was 10-minute walk north along State Street, and then it was a left turn, and we were at the restaurant. Hi, table for 5, said our dad when we entered. Do you have a reservation, our waiter asked. No, answered our dad. Okay, I wanted to make sure, said the waiter when we entered. We then were being walked over to the table. I was a teeny tiny bit upset because the tablecloths were grey and not orange. Just because it was not orange when I sat down, I realized they were not grey. They were white and black plaid. That was when neurons started firing off in my head. Sam, are you okay? My dad asked. What? I asked, trying to get all my senses back. The waiter wants to know what you want to drink, my mom said. Oh, water, please, H2O, I said to the waiter. Then the waiter went to go fill our drink orders in. Are you okay? My dad asked again. You keep on bringing your head closer and further to and from the table, my mom said. Well, that's because of the illusion, four-way, I said. What? My dad asked. Look at the tablecloth, I said to my dad. It is black and white and plaid. Now, look at it, the table from the front of the restaurant, I said to my dad. You want to walk to the front and look? My dad asked. Yes, I said. Without arguing, he did as I said. Wow, said my dad when he got back. Well, what, Marvin? My mom asked. Valley, look at the table from the front of the restaurant. It looks perfectly grey, said my dad. My mom then did as my dad said, and based off what I said. Cool, it does look grey. What about that do you find interesting, my dad asked? It just seems to be setting neurons off in my head for some reason.